Hi guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers podcast. Here as always with Luke. How's it going, mate? You right?
Yeah, really good, mate. Obviously, results ain't changed yet, but certainly some positive coming out. We'll see, because the show we filmed was for the Everton game, wasn't it?
That's right.
The
Yeah.
day before the Everton game, and we said it was a massive game, didn't we? And we didn't. Did we?
That's an understatement, mate. Unbelievable. I have to say that is obviously things are slightly different now, but that game broke me. It broke
Yeah,
my.
I agree.
It broke me. I was like, that's it. I'm done. I don't care anymore. It was ridiculous to play against a team who had conceded like at least two goals in their last however many games, hadn't kept a clean sheet for months, not scored a goal for however long, and we turn up and we didn't even have a shot on target till like the 50th minute. We didn't even have a shot full stop, not even on target, until the second half. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. We should have got into that game. They were obviously low on confidence. We should have been at them straight away. We should have been at them straight from the off. We didn't have a striker plan. But still, we should have been creating chances. We should have been doing anything to put them under pressure, and we didn't.
Yep.
We just didn't put them under pressure. We weren't creating any chances. We weren't taking shots. It was appallingly bad. It was really, really, really bad. It was terrible. I actually didn't see the game live because I was working. So I recorded the game to watch when I got home, and I knew things had been happening in the game because my phone kept going off for notifications, but I didn't look at my phone or anything. So I knew things had happened. And I got home and I put it on from the start, watching the game. And 1-0 down, I was like, all right, okay, maybe we come back and it was 2-1 or something. 2-0 down, 3-0 down. And when it went 4-0, I was like, what? I was just, that was it. That was the point where I was like, I'm done. I just can't.
Yeah, mate. We love giving away a pen as well, don't we? Like, giving away a pen. Obviously, we missed a pen as well. A bit of a crucial stage because we were... I wouldn't say we was on top. You know, you always say it, mate. You know, like, at that point, Everton give us the ball to play with. And we didn't do nothing with it. Yeah. And I know you're not his biggest fan, mate, and I'm going to probably talk about him a bit more with the City game, but I do have to say that Sakho, you know, he came on, he won the penalty, and he's done some things in the last two games. I have to say, for me personally, mate, I would be starting him.
It is a difficult one for me because... obviously, I don't like him at all. I don't like the way that he's been. But at the moment, he's by far our best option. I know I've said in the past I'd rather not, and I don't want to ever see him play for us again. But I suppose it is getting to that desperation stage now where we need him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was like I say, going back to the Everton game though. Like you say, we got the penalty and missed it. Really poor from Lanzini. I'm Lanzini's biggest fan. Really poor. They showed this on BT Sport. They showed that he'd put his last three penalties in exactly the same spot, and he went there again, and it was saved. Like, you can't do that. You can't put your penalty in the same spot 4 times in a row.
As soon as they showed that graphic, I knew he was going to miss as well. Knew he was going to miss.
You just think, like, I'm really disappointed in Lanzini for missing the penalty. And like you say, mate, maybe if he'd have scored that, we would have turned it around, but we didn't.
Just before that as well, like another, just picking out a couple of little highlights from what I can remember. Obviously, Cresswell hit the bar as well. A couple of minutes before that with an absolute stinger of a shot, didn't he? Yeah. But, yeah, poor man. I'm not a big fan of Wayne Rooney, but there's no denying that goal was, like, unbelievable goal. It was unbelievable.
It was an incredible strike. Incredible.
Yeah.
And it's a joke. Like, Rooney, that his first ever hat-trick for Everton.
Yep.
Ever against West Ham, of course it was. Everyone should have had money on Rooney scoring because he always scores.
He had a better record than Lukaku actually against us.
He always scores against us, always.
Poor, very poor.
Just really, really, really bad. And at that point, after the game, that was it. We were down. In my mind, that's it. There's no coming back. We're the worst team in the league. We're gone. We're gone. That was what I thought after that game. I give up hope completely. I'm a very, very optimistic person by nature. On this show every week, I talk about how I'm always feeling optimistic. We'll turn it around, or we'll win this game, we'll win that game. But like I say, that game broke me. It just made me think, nah, that's it. We're gone.
I agree, mate. I totally agree. But yeah, we went on, mate. Obviously, City game, as quoted all over West Ham channels and West Ham Twitter, etc. Everyone's saying 7, 8, 9s. Do you know what I mean? 10s. We was all expecting it because they're just absolutely taking teams for fun at the minute, aren't they? And have a knack of, you know, winning late and winning whatever calls. So
yeah,
you know, no one was expecting anything. Odds of West Ham winning were 28-1. Odds of them winning 6-0 was about 30-1. Do you know?
Oh, mate, there was Coral put out a tweet before the game saying that basically the odds for Man City to win 7-0 were shorter than for West Ham to win 1-0.
Yeah.
Like, it was something like 70-1 for them to win 7-0 and 90-1 for us to win 1-0. Ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah, I've sort of, you know, I've done my thoughts on the game. You know, Adrian come back in. Just looking at the changes, obviously Rice come in. He went with Antonio up top. I was a little bit sceptical with Antonio up top. That was my only sort of thing with the starting lineup. Obviously their lineup was a who's who of, you know, the best players in the world are at the minute. But we did well, mate. That first half, I'm telling you, like the organisation, the concentration. Yes, David Moyes said it himself, mate. Wasn't good in possession. You know, we weren't doing anything particularly good when we had the ball. But credit to the boys that like they dug in that first half, and the whole 90 minutes they dug in, and we was just beaten by, you know, world class quality, really.
Well, we were beaten by a world class. First of all, before we go on to like the negatives, yeah, like you say, mate, absolutely. Where was that effort and work rate in the last few weeks? That's the biggest. Yeah, that's the biggest annoyance. Like, where was that effort and that determination? But yeah, fantastic. You know, and then obviously to get the goal, in, like dreamland, absolute dreamland. You know, unbelievable. Fair play to Ogbonna.
We had the better chances up to that point as well, mate.
Yeah.
Antonio had one, didn't he, at the back post?
That's right. Yeah.
And Lanzini had one, didn't he, which he hit straight at Edison, which we got a corner from. But and obviously Sakho came on, didn't he? Again, he won the corner that got us the goal. So yeah, you know, that first half, all credit. We was good for our money.
Yeah, 100%. Plan. I don't, you know, like you say, you look at the possession stats. We got absolutely destroyed in possession, but I think at half time we actually had more shots than them, more shots on target. And yeah, just playing really well, really solid. Kouyaté obviously went off injured, which is possibly a worry. Declan Rice did really well. Possibly could have done better for the second goal, but yeah, you know, we played well. And then the second half, what really annoys me is like you say, we got beat in the end by quality. I don't know if I agree with that. We got the first goal all came from Fabian Delph diving to win a free kick, and then the goal came. The ball went out for a throw, came back in, and they scored from that. And then the second goal, really, I think, and this is like, it looked like we were just absolutely knackered. But for it was probably last 15, 20 minutes, we just had 10 players in the box.
Oh yeah, we just backed off, didn't we?
And I was watching it.
It was a great ball for the Bueno. It was a great ball.
It was a good ball, but I was watching it, and it was like, it was obvious we were going to concede. We are not a good enough team to let Man City control the game outside our box for 20 minutes. No. There's no, like, we are not good enough to let City just attack for 20 minutes and just camp 10 players in the box and keep them out. There was no way we were going to hold on to that, playing like that. And I was screaming, push out. Every time the ball came out the box, push out. But we just got deeper and deeper and deeper.
At 2-1, mate, right at the end, we did have a chance. Obviously, Arnautovic did very well.
Really well, yeah.
His man. And he even picked out a pass, didn't he? Picked out a brilliant pass to Sakho. And I don't know, I just think Sakho panicked, to be honest.
He hit it well. Just couldn't get it on target. It's a shame. It was slightly behind him. if we're doing him any favours. It was slightly behind him, but yeah, you just think if he'd have got that on target, that was a goal. But yeah, it wasn't meant to be. If we'd have been doing that in the 10 minutes previous, and Arnautovic had been busting a gut to support and putting balls in for the last 10 minutes, maybe we wouldn't have conceded, but we didn't.
We had Antonio chance as well. I'm just picking out some chances where Antonio burst through.
And he fell over the ball pretty much.
No, when he tried to hit one at the top corner. Do you remember that one?
Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah. And Ederson saved it, yeah.
But, I was more... It wasn't like you say, mate, with the Everton game, it was deflated and like, I can't take no more of this. It was real, like, proud of the boys and like just that, you know what, you did well there, boys. And a lot of people have been saying it, if we go down, but the performances are that level, you can hold your hands up and go, yeah, we ain't good enough. Yeah, that's of a performance.
No, that's absolutely fair enough, mate. Absolutely fair enough. Like you say, if you play with that effort each week, we won't be losing games every week. We'll pick up points. And like you say, if we do end up going down even after playing with that much effort, like you say, mate, we just weren't good enough. But yeah, no, 100% definite positives to take from the game. Yes, we lost. Yes, I've been seeing a lot of people on the forums and that saying, oh yeah, we played well, but we didn't get any points. And at the end of the day, 1 point from 4 games and like the results are not much better and this, that and the other. But I've been saying it all the time. I know, like I say, I was in that camp after the Everton game, but we are getting better. We are. The performances, take Everton out of it, we are getting better.
We just need a win. We need a win.
Yeah, and I think it will come. I think it will come.
Yeah. So yeah, moving into obviously the Chelsea game, and before we discuss Chelsea, Adrian, our heart for you, mate.
No question. I think if you asked any West Ham fan, they'd give the same answer. It has to be Adrian. It has to be.
I agree.
It has to be.
I agree. He was commanding. The defence looked a bit more settled with him there. Can you say that? I don't know. He did nothing wrong for me. Nothing wrong for me at all.
No. No. Like I say, mate, I think if you ask any West Ham fan, they'll all say the same thing. He deserves to keep his spot. It's going to be very interesting now to see if he does keep his spot or not. Obviously, we'll find out. Does Joe Hart have in his contract he has to play when fit? Yeah,
and does Moyes have the bottle?
I think Moyes definitely has the bottle to do it. It's whether he can do it or not. Like I say, if Joe Hart's got it in his contract that he has to be number one, he has to play when fit, his hands are tied. There's not much he can do. Although I did see a news report today saying that David Moyes is going to stick with Adrian.
Yeah, I think he should. Goalkeepers is very much a form position, and very much so last year, mate. If you go back for our podcast the last season, we was calling for Adrian to get dropped and Randolph to have a go, and then we was calling for Adrian to go back in towards the end. But sometimes goalkeepers, and it seems like Adrian in particular, he needs a little kick every now and then, and it sorts him out. Because he is a fantastic goalkeeper on his day. He really can be a fantastic goalkeeper. He's got personality. I don't know, he just seemed very commanding as well. Yeah,
he is very vocal. So's Joe Hart, to be fair.
He's a leader. I would say he's a leader, definitely.
Yeah, he is. And he's not afraid to come for crosses and things. I really rate him. I've always said that. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. And I hope he does. I hope he does stick with him. I really do. I hope he does stick with him.
Declan Rice for you? I think I would keep him in.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, at the moment we ain't got much choice. To be honest, we've got no defenders fit. But yeah, absolutely keep him in. He can't do any worse.
I quite liked Cresswell at left centre back actually as well. I quite liked him there. Whether he will stick to that or not, because Masuaku was fantastic as well actually against City. Like his feet are ridiculous.
Yeah, he's got very quick feet. Very good on the ball.
Yeah. Go on, mate. Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, I agree. Like Masuaku playing at left wing back maybe suits him better than playing at left wing.
Yeah.
And Cresswell left centre back. Yeah. I'd be happy enough to keep him going there. He's not the biggest guy in the world. That's the only thing.
Yeah, but neither was like Stevie Potts and people like that. Left centre back. Steve Potts when he left back, left centre back.
I thought he played right back, didn't he?
I thought he was left back, wasn't he, Pottsy? Oh,
sure,
right shout out West Ham knowledge. I thought he was left centre back and Dix was left back.
I'll look it up. You carry on, mate. I'll look it up.
We're going to get ridiculed now. So Chelsea, mate, obviously, they're in really good form. There's constant rumours about Conte's future and stuff, but, Hazard, Willian, Fabregas, etc., etc., etc. These guys are unbelievable players, aren't they? Like, it's going to be a tough day as well. Again on Saturday.
It's going to be a tough day again. But personally, I think I don't know. I feel like we could get something from it. I really do.
I actually fancy us more against Arsenal on the Wednesday.
But, I'm sorry. Hang on. Sorry, still on Steve Potts. Doesn't say what's. Oh, well, there you go, mate. We're both right. So he played for West Ham, primarily a fullback. Sure, he was a right back. He was a right back, but then he developed into a utility player. Spent large portions of his career at centre half. So there you go, mate. Played both.
Maybe it's because his son was a left back. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Dan Potts was a left back. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, sorry, yeah. So yeah, Arsenal. No, I really think that we're going to get a result from one of those two games. I really do.
What, a win or a draw?
I think we could get a win. I do. I really do. I feel like one of these games we're going to get a surprise result, a shock result. I don't know. Like you say, Chelsea, Conte is a fantastic manager. They're in a bit of form at the minute as well, but they're not blowing teams away. Do you know what I mean?
No, but they've got a nastiness about them. Like, they're another team that win at all costs. But teams have beat them. I think, was it Burnley that's beat them and Crystal Palace that's beat them? So they can slip up sometimes against these struggling sort of sides. For me personally, this is going to sound really controversial comment. I really hope that Andy Carroll is still injured, because I just don't like the way we play with Andy. I really don't.
I agree 100%, really mate.
Don't. And maybe some West Ham fans will jump on me there, but a lot of the YouTube guys are saying, he's impact sub, and just I don't know. He's so easy to play against when he starts. For me personally, like I say, mate, I know you're not going to like it, but I would start Sakho. I would like to see, when Hernandez is back, Sakho and Hernandez as a two up top. Be interesting to see.
It would be interesting to see.
Or even Sakho and Ayew, I think could work.
Yeah, I don't know. As we are in a minute, yeah, fair. All right, Sakho, fair enough. He pretty much has to play. He's our best striker that's available at the moment. So yeah, fair enough. I'm on the verge of saying give him another chance, although I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm saying play him until he moves. You use what you've got.
Could well go in January.
Yeah, use what you've got.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the club had a meeting with a few of the bloggers and West Ham Fan TV.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that. Yeah, I was going to discuss that.
Were there, but just very quickly on that, they basically said that from the sounds of things, Sakho still wants to leave, so he'll probably be away. And again, maybe he's only playing decent at the minute because he's trying to go for that move. I don't know, but he'll probably be away in January. That's a big thing as well. If he does go in January, we are really light, really light. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of games. I reckon we're going to pull off a result.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Like I say, I fancy us against Arsenal. Actually, I think we can get something in the Arsenal game. Chelsea game, I think they're just going to be a bit too strong for us. But like I say, if the level of performance is there for the Chelsea game and the Arsenal game, and we get nothing, we can take that into Stokes, the Newcastle games that are coming up, and hopefully get something there. At the minute, like I say, mate, we're looking over our shoulder at teams at the minute to see what's happening. But,
what about the Arsenal Cup game? Would you play the kids or would you go for it?
I think we have to go for it. You'd be in the semi-final.
I'm going to go against there and say, play the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to concentrate on the league. I know that's going to be controversial, but I'll play the kids.
Well, she bread and butter. We'll go more into that when it comes to the time. Probably our last podcast before Christmas will potentially be next week because I'm away on holiday that week of the Arsenal game. But I will try and film some reviews and stuff. Injuries, mate, they're piling up. It looks like Winston Reid's got an injury. You said Kiati obviously as well. Ginge is injured still. Hernandez, I'm not sure how long. And obviously Carroll, I think Hernandez returned to training actually. But, they're piling up and it's getting tough. We need a Ginge as well. I think Ginge next to Rice would be really quite good for him actually.
Well, he played for the development squad last week, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or the weekend. Oh, did he?
Yeah, Collins got injured on the Tuesday before the Everton game, I believe.
Right, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's a big shame. We're running out of defenders.
God knows where Font is. I don't know what's happening with Font or whatever.
Where's Donnell Emery gone? What's he up to these days?
Where's Donnell?
Is he still injured? I don't know. Is he on our books? Is he on loan?
With Rice playing, I really don't mind seeing it. I think it's good.
It's who do you play with him though? Obviously, if we play Cresswell, Rice, and then who? Like it was Kiati, wasn't it, against City in the back three? Who else is there?
No, because
what centre backs have we got?
Zabaleta right centre back and Antonio right wing back.
So then you're playing two full backs in a centre three.
Yeah,
that's mad. That's crazy.
But a lot of fullbacks can develop into a good centre back.
Yeah, but doing two at the same time, that's a bit much.
Yeah, no, I just think we haven't got a player on that level. But if you think like Sergio Ramos was a right back, wasn't he?
Well, yeah, obviously one of the best defenders in the world. You know what I mean?
In the world.
Yeah, I don't know. Who? That's a genuine question. Like, who's going to play?
Where is Byram?
Yeah.
Does that mean?
A crisis is the word. It's an injury crisis.
It is, mate. It is. Hopefully Hernandez is back soon, Chicharito, because we still, for me personally, we still yet to see the best of him, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault.
Chicharito.
Huh? Oh,
yeah, no, 100%. I can't wait for him to come back and see how he does under Moyes. Basically, see how he utilises him. It'd be interesting after, obviously, their time together at Man United wasn't great. Be interesting to see how he utilises him. Obviously, coming into January, he's going to have to spend money to bring someone in to support him, especially if Sakho goes. But no, it'd be interesting to see how he uses him.
About Theo Walcott today, I can't see it.
I don't know why Theo Walcott would want to come to a club battling relegation.
Yeah, I can't see that myself.
I can't see that at all.
I think maybe.
There's a possibility. Again, though, do we really want, and as good as he is, do we really want another injury-prone player on the books when we've got injuries piling up left, right, and centre?
Yeah. I thought Lanzini was going to be injured the other night as well when he went down holding his back. I was thinking, oh God, here we go. But we desperately need. There's so much we need. That's the problem. Like we need some. We're missing Payet's assist now. That's just plain to see. We've got no one with a killer pass in our team that's got that speed of fault.
Yeah, we need someone to take the pressure off of Lanzini. And someone to play with Lanzini like Payet did. Payet and Lanzini linked up really well together. There's nobody else really on Lanzini's level at the minute to link up with.
Yeah.
But like you say, mate, we need so much. We need defenders. We need pace. We need probably at least another striker or two.
Yeah.
We need so much. And is the money there to do it? I don't know.
No. Yeah, there was obviously a little statement from the club today about Sporting Lisbon. I don't know if you read that, mate.
Yes, I did, yeah.
Just saying that obviously it's all been cleared up now. They've cleared the air. Does that to you say that we'll be back in for him?
I reckon the deal's done. Yeah. I can't see any other reason they would release that statement.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I can't see any other reason whatsoever that they would release that statement unless the deal's done.
Yeah.
What otherwise? What would be the point? So yeah, fingers crossed, mate. Let's hope so. It'll be a big statement. Hopefully, it won't be our entire budget.
But it will definitely be a statement.
Yeah, and
a statement.
If they get him to come to a club battling relegation, that's quite decent as well. We need a player like that. So yeah, it'd be fantastic if he comes. Like I say, I don't know why they would make that statement if it wasn't happening. I really don't. So let's hope so, mate. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Yeah. So on the board forum, mate, just a little bit of a chat on that. Obviously, they've met with some of the bloggers and stuff now. A couple of things come out of it, like you say, don't know the transfer budget. They're not sure about what's going to happen with the stadium in terms of ownership and whether we're going to the seats and stuff. There's no plans for that at the moment. And obviously they've sort of half admitted that they've made a few mistakes and stuff. What do you make on this sort of stuff, on some of the stuff you've read?
Nothing new, really, is it? To be honest, I don't think anything's come out of it that we didn't probably already know. From the gist of things, it was certain players still want to leave. Obviously, that's Sakho. The old stadium thing, there's nothing really new there. We all knew they weren't going to be moving the seats or anything like that. Although, funny enough, like you say, in West Ham Fan TV's video, they did say they were talking about the possibility of squaring off the sides, which would be good to see. That'd be great to see. I don't know how they're going to manage that. I don't know how they're going to do that without messing up the sight lines for the upper tier. I reckon that might just be them just saying things just to placate the fans. Whether or not they're actually going to do it or not, completely different question. Yeah, like I said, I don't think anything come out of it really that we didn't already know. It's all the usual, isn't it? Oh right, yeah. So we'll take your ideas on board and we'll see. Basically, whether anything's actually going to happen or not is a different question.
Yeah. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, guys, we drew Shrewsbury in the FA Cup away. That's a little one to look forward to. 9,000-seater stadium. Yeah, there's only a couple of questions, guys, because we wasn't actually sure whether we was going to do a show this week. It was only late notice, so we've only got 2 questions, but we will answer them as we always do. Mark Smith says, okay, no problem, managers are allowed, but if you could pick one manager from the Championship to be in charge of us, who would it be? Well, who's ever topped the Championship in a minute?
That's a good question. I have to say I don't follow Championship football whatsoever, so I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even name a manager from the Championship, to be honest.
The guy at Cardiff's meant to be quite a good guy, and the guy at Leeds is not bad. But like you say, mate, I can't say I follow the Championship that much.
Not that maybe next year when we're in it.
Yeah. Next year I'll follow it a bit. Yeah. And obviously, there was one more question. It was from Jay, actually, because I challenged him to ask us a question. He said, what food in the world would you make available outside the stadium? Doesn't have to be hot, cold, could be dessert or cold food, literally any food. What would you have outside the stadium?
Is it going to be all overpriced as well? For me... I
don't think you can go wrong with a rib man. It's already there, isn't it?
Rib man's good, but for me, it's got to be see one of the dirty chicken and chip shops that's on the Barking Road. they need to move one of them. To let them have a stand.
Put Southern there.
Southern's alright. I like Chicken City. Chicken City's my favourite.
Guys, if you know Chicken City, leave us some comments. It's where is it? It's next to JJ.
Yeah, next to Jay's by the Abbey Arms. Yeah. Yeah, Chicken City, represent. Yeah, I love my dirty chicken and chips, some nice hot wings and something. Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. I do like a Chinese. I do like a nice Chinese. If you go like a little Chinese buffet there,
get a little Chinese buffet.
Get a little Chinese buffet like when we used to live in Mallorca.
Little chopsticks as well. Yeah. I don't know. What was Jay's? Jay, what's yours, mate? What would you have?
And what is yours at home? What food do you want to see at the West Ham Stadium that's not there already? That's sort of it, really, in terms of West Ham stuff to cover. Like we've been doing recently, we have a little Prem roundup and any sort of sport roundup just to, to fill the show at the end. Prem roundup, mate, Man City still having fun. 13 undefeated now. I think it's a record. 13 wins, I think it was.
They're not blowing teams away. Not blowing teams away anymore, though.
No.
A couple of late wins. Getting maybe a little bit lucky, but that's title winning form. That is title winning form when you're picking up those late lucky wins. They're going to win the league. I don't think there's any two ways about it.
I made a case. I think Man United are going to beat them this week.
No.
If Man United defend like
they will.
we defended, they will beat them.
I don't know. I don't know.
I will give people a little tip, an outside bet for you, right? Marouane and Fellaini to score any time because they're terrible in the air. I'm sure Fellaini will play because Pogba is obviously suspended. I think Manchester United will win that 2-1.
Mate, Mourinho will park the bus. He'll probably put Fellaini up front.
Yeah, and he'll get them on the set pieces.
Yeah, I don't know. Even if they do beat them, they're not. I don't think they're going to win the league.
No, I'm not saying they're going to win the league. I just fancy them to win this weekend. And obviously they had a fantastic result, didn't they? Manchester United beat Arsenal 3-1. David De Gea, unbelievable. That man, if he leaves there, they're not the same side.
I hope he does.
He's fantastic.
He's gonna leave. He's gonna go to Real Madrid at some point. Is it Madrid he wants to go to?
Yeah, he wants to go home, doesn't he?
So he'll go. I mean, he will. It's going to happen. They're not going to be able to hold on to him. Much longer. He's wanted to go for a while, and it'd be quite funny when he does.
Yeah.
Because Lukaku, Lukaku's really he's not really been doing much recently either. Ibrahimovic is to come in.
But it's been fantastic.
Yeah, Lingard getting a few goals as well recently.
Obviously, Pogba with the red card. Obviously, he misses a few games there. Really terrible tackle. Just looking at some of the results as well that we can go through. Obviously, Chelsea beat Newcastle. Newcastle on a bit of a slide. They're definitely going to be starting looking over their shoulder. That's a team we played very, very soon as well.
So they'll get their bounce back win against us.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Obviously, they beat us very heavily up there, didn't they, at St James's Park. Looking at Liverpool, they're getting their absolutely clapping teams for fun. 5-1, banging goals in for absolute fun. If it's not Salah, it's Firmino. If it's not Firmino, it's Coutinho. They're just, if they could defend, they would be well up there. They'd be up there with City. They're an unbelievable team to watch. Tottenham, still their fans continue to hide since the Real Madrid win. They've still yet to win a game since that Real Madrid game.
We obviously can't laugh too hard, but it is funny to see.
Yeah. And, Watford, they drew with Watford. Watford are my sort of second favourite team at the minute. I have to say I'm a big fan of Watford at the minute. But, Tottenham, hopefully you stay in there and you miss the Champions League this year. It would be brilliant because it's goodbye Delhi and goodbye Harry if they have a good World Cup. And that's what we all want to see. Crystal Palace got a draw with West Brom, which was also a good result for us. Because obviously Palace stayed down there. West Brom didn't get those extra points to drift out. So all in all, the results are going okay for us. And we just have to hope that they still continue to go that way. That's all I can sort of say on that. I just want to have a little look ahead, sorry mate, very, very quickly to games this weekend. Obviously, we're playing Chelsea. Palace have Bournemouth. Bournemouth could do us a favour, hopefully, and beat Palace. Looking at West Brom Swansea, another game draw would be a good result for us. And on the Sunday, any games that affect us? Not really. So, that's the Premier League for now. Last little bit, mate. World Cup draw was out. Who did Italy get?
They didn't fancy turning up this one, mate. It's fine. Just didn't fancy it. Fancied the summer off.
anyone who doesn't know, obviously Paul has Italian heritage, you know, Nan and Grandad, etc. Mine is French. I know you can attack me now. Go and attack me now. But yeah, I sort of follow England and France. I know that's a bit of a bad thing for an Englishman, but yeah, I'll do it.
Mate, I don't follow England at all, so I don't mind admitting it. I really don't. I don't like the England team. I don't follow their results. I haven't followed England.
It's been picked for years. I've been a lot against the way it's been picked, the England team.
So, yeah, exactly. That's it. I don't agree with the way the team's picked. I don't agree with the way they're hyped up in the press to be the best team in the world when they're not. Don't get me wrong. If a West Ham player gets picked, which don't happen often, then I'll obviously keep an eye on the West Ham players. But I don't care about the England football team. I really don't.
For me personally, with the England team, what changed my mind with the England team was when Joe Cole left West Ham. England team next day. Hadn't even played a game for Chelsea.
Yeah.
From a relegated team, boom, England team. And it was like, well, how come? And that's happened a lot. It's not just Joe Cole that's happened with.
Oh, yeah.
Happened with Rio Ferdinand, Frank Lampard. Soon as they left West Ham, not even one game, or maybe 1 or 2 games for their new team, boom, England team.
Oh, mate, it's a constant thing. They would rather play someone who's sitting on the bench at one of the big clubs than someone who's tearing it up for one of the smaller clubs. It's just it's a joke. I can't stand it. The Sun newspaper basically picks the football team.
Southgate is a bit better. Like he's picking your sort of, you know, he's picked a couple of the Burnley boys and stuff. So, there is some changes there. And Antonio has been picked by him. In fairness, and Cresswell's has been picked.
Cresswell's amazing. I don't know how Cresswell got picked.
Yeah, he's been
like recently. He's not been great the last year really, and he managed to get called up, which is mad.
Yeah,
but no. So I was going to say, just out of interest, because I genuinely don't know who actually is in England's group.
Yeah, so I was just going to build up to that, mate. Obviously, I was just looking at a group of death. Group B, Portugal, Spain, Morocco, and Iran. You know, that's a bit of a tasty group. Group C, nice easy group for my lads. Australia, Peru and Denmark and France. Should get through. Just having a little look here. Brazil, we've got Switzerland, Costa Rica, Serbia. Germany, Mexico, Sweden. That's quite a tough group. And England, mate, they had Belgium, which is their first game. And then they got Panama and Tunisia. You know, Panama, the place where they make the famous hats and stuff. And Tunisia, I think, yes, we did. We beat 2-0, France 98. I remember Scholes scoring in that game. So if England don't get through that, you know, it's pretty poor. It's pretty
See, the thing is this, it's the same. England will go through. They'll probably go out in the quarterfinals. And that's about where England are.
Yeah.
But that's another thing that I say that annoys me. The fact that every tournament, the papers build the team up to be the best team ever, best team in the world. They're going to go on and win it. They're not going to go on and win it. They're not good enough to go on and win it. No. We are about the 8th team in the world. So going out in the quarterfinals is about right. That's about where England should be. But what I hate is the way they hype it up. And then when they do get knocked out, they just get slated in the press. I can't stand it. I just don't know.
Be quite an emotional one actually. If we're thinking of, you know, the great players, you know, potentially last World Cup of Cristiano Ronaldo, last World Cup of Messi probably even, and lots of rumours that Zlatan might come out of retirement for Sweden purely because they're qualified. So, you know, it could be, you know, a bit of a changing of the guard at the top there. Maybe it will be Neymar's turn to win it. Yeah, last thing on sport, mate. I just do want to mention it. It's a bit of a random one, but I do want to mention a little bit about boxing. It's just a thing. A great match has been made for those boxing fans out there. George Groves versus Chris Eubank Jr. Fantastic match for February, and I do want to talk about it just because I do love boxing, and I'm a big fan of that match. Are you excited about that at all, mate? Do you have any interest in that one?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I hope Groves wins.
Yeah, so do I.
That's my interest.
Will win as well.
Yeah, I do. He's massively more experienced.
I think he'll outbox him. I think he will outbox him, and I think Groves' power is very underestimated.
Yeah, no, I can't stand Eubank just because of his dad. Can't stand his dad. I hate Eubank. Yeah, so, you know, AJ fighting again soon.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe Hay one was cancelled because that was meant to be next weekend, wasn't it, David?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Khan to fight, but he's obviously pissing about in the jungle, doing whatever he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. His career's
hiding from Kell Brook.
His career's over. His career's done.
Yeah.
His career's over. Frampton, watched the Frampton fight the other day. That was a really good fight. I don't know if you watched that.
Yeah,
obviously,
that, mate. Yeah, it was a good fight.
happened in Belfast. That was pretty good. Seeing it all go off. Funny enough, the guy he was fighting against, him and his family were in the bar I was actually DJing in on the night before, and he was in there stuffing himself with like pizza and milkshakes and cakes and things. It's quite funny seeing how they bulk up after the weigh-in.
And obviously, last one, James Gow is fighting this weekend. Another boxer I'm not really a big fan of, but obviously I want to see him keep winning because that opens up another potential fight with George Groves, etc. So I will definitely be supporting the Gow purely for selfish reasons of I wanted to see better fights in the future.
Yeah.
Last thing, mate, predictions for Saturday, 12:30 Chelsea.
I don't know. I reckon. I don't know. I really don't know, mate. Who knows? We could win 1-0. We could lose 5-0. It could be a 0-0 draw. I genuinely, right now, mate, I just don't know. I think we're gonna upset somebody in the next couple of weeks. Maybe it'll be Chelsea.
Well, Lanzini's got a good record, hasn't he, in the London derby, so let's hope so. Until then, guys, keep checking out the competition and stuff. I should be announcing the winner on Twitter very, very soon. Please keep a lookout for either a video or a Twitter, because it will literally be a little burst like the winner is, or we'll DM you who the winner is. So keep an eye on your DMs and stuff, because just in case it is you. Please subscribe, guys. Keep checking us out. We'll try and get videos out as much as we can, but it's just a real busy time of year. Obviously, Christmas, there's loads of games coming up. It's very hard to cover every game. Until then, guys, come on, you guys. I'm starting to re-believe. Let's go. Cheers.